Welcome to Mrs. Moneybags Live. This episode is sponsored by quickequity.ca, getting you to your money fast by providing customized mortgage solutions to clients all across Canada. I am your host, Nicole Williams, aka Mrs. Moneybags, Mortgage Agent Level 2. We go live Monday to Friday, keeping you posted on the latest financial developments, market trends, and economic news, helping our viewers make informed decisions about their money. Reminder to do your own research. Our content is intended to be used for informational purposes only. Let's get into it. So let's discuss today's mortgage industry headlines. How was your day? How was your evening? We need to get more interactive. Drop in the comments how your day has been, how you started off your 2024. Are you excited? Has it been positive for you? So here is your summary of mortgage and housing news from across Canada for Thursday, January the 11th, 2024. Let's take a look. Let's see. So there's a headline, Canadians give Trudeau low marks for housing affordability in poll. Let's get into this article. So Canadians give Trudeau low marks for housing affordability in poll. 2 in 3 Canadians say Prime Minister Trudeau and his government is doing a poor job of introducing policies to make housing affordable, according to a new poll. The survey by Nanos Research for Bloomberg News suggests a flurry of announcements from Trudeau's Liberals in the past 6 months haven't resonated yet with Canadians who are struggling with rental inflation at a 40-year high and ballooning mortgage interest cost. Trudeau appointed a new housing minister, Sean Fraser, in July amid sagging poll numbers. Since then, the government has unveiled hundreds of millions of dollars for cities to speed up building dense housing, cut the federal sales tax on new rental construction, and introduce new measures to discourage short-term rentals such as those provided on Airbnb. The fact that only 2% score the Liberal Housing Initiative as very good and another 6% good indicate there are few that have confidence in these policies to make housing more affordable, the pollster Nick Nanos has said. Trudeau says Canada home prices have climbed far too high. Residents of Ontario and the Western provinces were more likely to say that the Trudeau government was doing a poor or very poor job on housing affordability than the Atlantic Canadians or people in Quebec. Those under 55 were also more likely to give the Liberals poor marks than older Canadians. Nanos also asked respondents to rank solutions that would make housing more affordable. More than a quarter said building more public housing was the most important solution, while about 17% each put reducing immigration and cutting mortgage rates at top of the list. Fewer Canadians ranked the government's existing policies, such as speeding up local approvals and on development, as the top way to make housing more affordable. The poll didn't ask about Fraser's December's proposal to create a catalog of pre-approved designs to accelerate home building, inspired by a similar post-war program. It also didn't assess the level of blame Canadians assign to provincial or municipal governments, which hold significant levers on housing supply. The survey is the latest indication that the high cost of living is harming Trudeau politically. Most polls put the Conservative Party ahead of Trudeau's Liberals by about 10 points, though a federal election isn't expected before 2025. Nanos polled 1,006 Canadians by phone and online between December 27th and December 29th. The findings are considered accurate within 3.1 percentage points, 19 times out of 20. Okay, so very interesting. We're seeing, I guess, the dissatisfaction in the government in total, just based on where we are in the economy, specifically when it comes to housing. And housing, not only from just us being homeowners, but even from on the rental side, just having affordable housing for Canadians. So very interesting article. In the chat, drop in the chat, do you agree with this this recent poll? Do you agree with this recent poll that that you're giving Trudeau and their government low marks when it comes to housing affordability? What are your thoughts? Drop your comments below. Let's hear what you think, and let's get the dialogue, because that's what this show is about. This show is about us learning and growing, and being able to share our own experiences and sharing, what successes we all have, right? So drop in the comments below. Do you agree with this poll? Let's get into another article. So something that I was looking at, which is, really some good news. So pleasantly surprised, Winnipeg real estate numbers show steady increases in December. So this reminded me a little bit of what we discussed earlier about the Durham region. So this is nice to see that other regions and cities within Canada are also, or have also, experienced the same positive numbers in December. So how Winnipeg's real estate market fared in December. New data shows Winnipeg's real estate sector closed 2023 on a high note, with steady increases in sales, listings, dollar volume, and average prices. The numbers were released Tuesday by the Winnipeg Regional Real Estate Board. The market report shows sales for all property types were up over December 2022. Meantime, listings and dollar volumes were also up over last year, marking the third time in 2023 where all three statistical categories were up in the same month. Board President Rana Prefortain said she was pleasantly surprised by the numbers. December typically tends to be a month where people are thinking about the holidays and busy doing other things, she said. If the weather cools down, usually the market cools down as well. But I guess we had a warmer than normal December, so people tended to be out there looking at houses. Average prices also increased over last December for all three main property types of residential: detached and attached, as well as condominiums. While sales for all property types were up 8% over last year, December 2023 was still 16% below the 5-year average. It's something Prefontaine attributes to the fallout of the pandemic real estate boom. We did see some really crazy increases during the pandemic years. So when compared to the 5-year average, or the average over even the 10 years, they're very respectable numbers for 2023. Other key takeaways: of the 410 residential detached sales in December across the board's market region, 280 were in Winnipeg, while the remaining 130 were sold outside of Winnipeg. Waverly West was the neighborhood in Winnipeg that saw the most residential detached home sales in December, followed closely by the Island Lakes Royalwood area. The Morris and Winkler area saw the most residential detached homes sold outside of Winnipeg, followed by Steinbach. The average price of residential detached homes rose 7% over last December, and it is up 11% over the 5-year average. The most active residential detached price range was from $350,000 to $374,999. There were 6 residential detached homes that sold at $1 million or more in December. Looking ahead to the rest of 2024, Prefontaine says, it is hard to predict where the market will go, but she is optimistic. Obviously, things like inflation, interest rates, immigration, They're all going to play a role on the real estate market as they always do. But we're also intrigued to see what the 122 million housing influx from the federal government will do with the city of Winnipeg. So this was really some great news because, as I said earlier in the week, we discussed December's numbers for the Durham region. And similar to Winnipeg, Durham region's numbers in December too were also up. So although, yes, the market has taken a shift in the last year and some months, we are seeing that we are coming out of the wilderness, so to speak. And it does feel very reminiscent to the fact that, we've gotten to this level and now we're starting to climb. We're climbing slowly out of it, right? So these positive numbers are a great thing. And it's very exciting to know that we are having some success. So let's keep the positive train going. And with that being said, let's get into the financial tip of the day. So the financial tip of the day is establishing or bolstering your emergency fund. Aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses to provide a financial safety net in case of unexpected events. So the goal is to build an emergency fund. And if you haven't already, you're looking to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. And if you have already established an emergency fund, let's increase those numbers. So that is a financial tip of the day. And we are going to get into the Mrs. Moneybags money affirmation of the day. I am financially free and money is my faithful servant. I am financially free and money is my faithful servant. Let's say that together 3 times. I am financially free and money is my faithful servant. I am financially free and money is my faithful servant. I am financially free and money is my faithful servant. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching Mrs. Moneybags Live. We'll see you tomorrow.